What's up, guys? Will here. Thirsty Thoughts, episode 2, UFC Philadelphia. Second take. Just got started. Was talking through some matchups, some questions. And of course, my internet goes to shit. So, yeah. Apologies if you were on the first live broadcast here. But the internet is failing me tonight. So, I do apologise. Hopefully I've got everything sorted out here and that shit's not going to start again. But yeah, I'm here to chat some MMA. You're here joining me, I hope. Like, comment, subscribe. If you've not subscribed already, please do. But yeah, internet is failing me big time tonight. So yeah. What was I talking about before I went offline? I think it was matchup. I think it was Cejudo and Moraes. Leaning Cejudo early. How's everybody looking forward to UFC Philadelphia this weekend? I'm really, like I said at the start of the other one, I'm really looking forward to this fight card. I'm actually looking forward to having a little break after it before UFC 236 and then another run of events through April into May, and then it's just a busy months through the summer, pretty much. So yeah. So thoroughly looking forward to that. What do you guys think of John Jones, Thiago Santos? Because John Jones put out that tweet about regarding Stipe Miocic, and I thought, no way are they going to dupe Santos out of that. So yeah, let's see if I can get some people from Twitter to come on. Anything? You guys get any bets or anything going? I've got 2 bets. I think if you watched my my prediction video, you've seen that I bet Jack Hermanson. I've added a 2-team parlay. Marina Rodriguez, Kevin Holland for plus money, plus 100 on the dot. So yeah. Think it's lackluster for International Fight Week. International Fight Week is completely different now. I remember when I went, obviously mine was UFC 189. I don't know if you can see my dog's paw up there, by the way. So yeah. But yeah, International Fight Weeks, it was like awesome when they had the expos. I had such a good time at the expos. I went there, I watched fights, amateur fights, the IMAAFs or something, I can't remember. The IMAFs, there we go. That was the word. So you go to the expos, you meet some fighters if you wanted. Go and watch the Hall of Fame, which I did with BJ Penn, got inducted, and then just go watch fights. It was awesome. It was so good. But yeah, I've had a couple of people that went the last 2 years, and it says it's got smaller. It's there's not as much to do. I mean, so I don't know. I like John Jones' fight. I like it with Santos. I think obviously they were maybe looking for a McGregor kind of Cerrone type fight for something like that. That would have brought in a lot of fans. But obviously Conor doesn't want to play second fiddle to anybody. And John Jones is facing Thiago Santos, Amanda Nunes, the GOAT, against Holly Holm, another champion she's trying to take out. So, yeah. Who else can you give Jones at the minute? You've got guys coming through, I suppose, but nobody's really ready for him. Santos has probably earned his way, even though he's not been in the division long. I think Jan Blachowicz, someone said, yeah, if Luke gets past Blachowicz, I'd like to see Rockhold Jones. See, the thing is, I think Jones, would run through Luke Rockhold. I really would. I think he would. I don't want to say starch him because that's maybe being a bit disrespectful, but I think John Jones would raise his game for a fight like that. I really do. Where I think the Smith one, I think he fights sometimes to levels of guys. So yeah. But John Jones, I thought long before now. I know he's not been around all that much. I thought he would have been up at heavyweight trying, especially with DC being up there. I thought he might have went after him, but obviously he's beat him a couple of times. And yeah, early thoughts on Holloway Poirier. It's hard to look past. It's shit because Poirier's such a good fighter and he's such a fun fighter, but it's hard to look past Max Holloway. I don't see many people beating Max Holloway. The only person I maybe see beating him is maybe Khabib. At that, so I don't see many people beating Max Holloway the way he is right now. Will Figueiredo come back from his L? I think Figueiredo should just go to 135 and restart everything up there. There's plenty of good matchups for him up there. I thought that what's his name? Formiga fought a great fight against him. Perfect fight. But Figueiredo, I don't think really threw as much as I thought he was going to throw. I thought he was going to throw the kitchen sink, but maybe Formiga just had such a good game plan he couldn't really get off. So I don't know who I got. I quite like, but I think Blachowicz is going to be a tough fight for Rockhold. So I don't know. Jan's not easy for anybody. I was hoping for DC Brock Lesnar. That fight does nothing for me. I don't know about you guys. It does a lot for the bank balance of Daniel Cormier and Brock Lesnar, but I don't really want to see that fight. Brock Lesnar I think he should stay in the wrestling side of things where he's got a part-time contract making millions of dollars. Yeah, I think he should stay over there, but obviously he's a fighter and he's going to make himself a shed load of money if he comes to the UFC for a one-night only kind of gig, so give me two underdogs in this card that will win. Michelle Watterson, I think, is a dog. I've picked her, so I think she's going to win. And maybe the other one's Kevin Aguilar. He's a slight dog, I reckon, at the minute. Kevin Aguilar's plus 100. They'd be the two that I think could win. If I was to go for a big dog to maybe win, I would maybe. I've still got this funny feeling regarding Ross Pearson. Don't know why. So yeah. I want to see DC make big bank. I think DC's making big bank from what I'm hearing, of what I've heard and what I've seen. Like, yeah, I think the UFC pay him really well with his commentating. I actually really like DC as a commentator. I just think he's a little bit different. I quite like him. Paul Craig. I actually think Paul Craig's a pretty live. Lots of people are throwing a lot of stock into this Kennedy kid. I'm not ready to see that yet. But you could never bet Paul Craig. I bet him in his first fight in the UFC. That was the best time to get him against his opponent that he was facing then. But since then, nah. Lesnar will blow his wad. DC, I think, will start throwing him around easily. I think DC's just got a better gas tank and he's got a bit more game. He's got, I think, just a better wrestling technique than what Brock has. So yeah. Aguilar 67%. See, that's the quiet people. The people that don't go on and say everything and say things. But I love Barzola, so I'm not going to talk anybody out of not betting Barzola because I think his line's down there where he's got a good chance. So yeah, Barzola is relentless with the takedowns. He is crazy amount of takedowns in the UFC. But like I said, I think he will get Aguilar down, but I just think on the feet, I think Aguilar's really going to hurt him and ding him up a little bit. So we'll see. What UFC commentator don't you like? I think the one that Paul Felder doesn't really do it for me, and it's a shame because he's a pretty cool cat. So yeah, going to the Stockholm card. I'm not going to Stockholm. I've been to Stockholm before. Very, very expensive. Great place for having fights, especially in the Ericsson Globe. I think where it's going to be. I think the card. There's talks of a UFC card coming later in the year. I think it's going to be another one in the UK, which I've kind of heard, or Ireland. I'd prefer if it was in Ireland, but I really want to go to a KSW card. Because they guys put on a hell of a show. So I'm looking forward to that. Cruz can be a little bit annoying because he's such a know-it-all, and he puts in your face like he knows it all, and he does know it all probably, but it's just the way he comes across. I don't mind him though. I don't mind him at all. What am I going to look at? I'm going to go look at Wikipedia, see if what other fights have been added. Another good fight for UFC 237 down in Brazil. Thiago Moises against Kurt Holober. That's a really fun fight. I like that fight. I really like Cub Swanson against Sugar Shane Burgos. That is a great, great fight. With a lot of people stupid, like really writing off Cub Swanson. I've seen just on social media, which is crazy to me. But that card's actually not a bad card. That Ottawa card, I think they've did some good matchmaking there with Swanson and Burgos. Eamon Zahabi's fighting again. Interesting. Brad Katona, Divashvili, I think is a good fight. Marc-Andre Barrio is a guy that's got a lot of hype. I think he's a two-division TKO champ coming out of Canada. Mike Perry against Alex Oliveira. Great fight. Great fight. So there's some good cards coming up with some good fights. Roosevelt Roberts, looking forward to seeing that guy again. John Lineker, Corey Sandhagen is one I'm pretty invested in. So, yeah. Manoa, Rakic, Ozdemir. I think Volkan's going to beat Latifi. Just an early thing. I actually think Ozdemir could knock him out. Got a funny feeling regarding that fight. I don't think Anthony Smith really wants that fight. So I'll be on Gus there. Smith wanted to take some time off, and his management said we've got this fight, main event, So yeah. I don't know what Cobb is ranked now. I'd be surprised if he's out of the top 10. That's interesting. Let me go and check. UFC, I'm actually going to put some fights on, I think, in the background. Fighters, rankings, featherweight. Cub Swanson's number 8. So that's a big jump for Shane Burgos. Yeah. Perez, Mazo, Rodriguez, Yusuf, easy parlay. I don't think that's an easy parlay. I think potentially Perez it could be could look an easy pay. Mazo, I don't know why people are throwing loads of money. I know Moroz is not good, but yeah, Yusuf I'm pretty confident will win. Rodriguez I'm very confident will win. Perez, Barboza, Borg parlay. Eesh. I like my parlay. Kevin Holland, Marina Rodriguez plus 100. When I saw that, I think that's got a good chance of cashing. We watched Gaethje Alvarez yesterday. Crazy fight. I forget things about that fight. Like I totally forgot about the lump on the side of Alvarez's face and how quick that blew up. Who's a fighter you'd like to see commentate? Masvidal. Masvidal would be fun. Yeah. because Masvidal doesn't fuck around. He would say it as it is. I'm sure he'd be dropping swear words left, right, and centre, calling people out and stuff. It looks like, from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing, that it's going to be him against Ben Askren, which is interesting. The way it kind of seems to be going, he's coming out there, he was mentioning Leon Edwards and Ben Askren, and Ben Askren looks like that's what I'm kind of hearing, is they're trying to put Ben Askren and Masvidal together. So yeah. Oh, Derek Lewis commentating. Could you imagine? He actually, I don't listen to Ariel Helwani's show every week, but when Derek Lewis is on, I absolutely listen in every single time. He makes me laugh so much. I never actually thought of Derek Lewis being a UFC commentator. Holy shit. That'd be funny. I'd be down for that. What's next for Darren Till? Yeah, I think, Fraz, what you said. I think the move to, there's no need for him to kill himself. I actually just watched a wee 30-second video there of him making the cut to 170 for London. It says it was his best one ever, but I think he was on it early, on his weight cut early. So, yeah. So, yeah. Oh, shit. Threw 100 on Holland Rodriguez. Good luck, Julian. Watterson, Emmett, Hermanson, parlay. You love these parlays, man, bro. I love parlays as well, to be fair. But when I'm betting about quite a bit of money on it, I don't really like to go 3-team parlays. The last 3-team parlay actually had Kevin Holland in it. So I like him. He seems to be right about numbers that I like for parlay pieces. So yeah. Kill it in parlays. That's where I win most of my bets as well, Kylie. Give Till a tune-up fight. Yeah. Who would you match Darren Till with at middleweight? That's interesting. Who could you give him? Try to think of some matchups for him. See, the thing is, I don't think we're going to see Darren Till fight for another 12 months at least. I think he's going to be out for a good year at least. Who said they wanted to fight Chris Weidman next? Jack Hermanson. That's what he said. He says if he wins this fight over Dave Branch, he wants Chris Weidman. So yeah. What do you think about Jessica Aguilar as a dog bet? Oh no. I'm big on the other side. Tank. Yeah, I'm big on Marina Rodriguez. I think she's going to piece her up. I think she's just not. Yeah, she's just not the fighter she was back in those World Series of fighting days. So, no, I'd be surprised. But then again, I thought Jodie Esquibel had a chance to beat her, and she got completely blown out of the water by Jessica Aguilar. So maybe I've got a bad read on Jessica Aguilar fights. I hope not here. So, yeah, more confident in Borg or Perez. Borg slightly, but Casey Kenny's a really good fighter. And I think De La Rosa is actually a pretty solid fighter himself. I'm not fully sold on Alex Perez. Yeah. That Darren Till matchup's actually got me really interested. 2,800 last week for Miga Pettis Espinoza. Nice. I think De La Rosa is a very live fighter this week. I do. If he can get past those striking kind of exchanges and not get kind of taken down and controlled, which I think Perez might be able to do, then he's very crafty off his back. And if he gets into a position where he's in the advantageous position, he's got the back, he's got the mount, he's dangerous, he's very dangerous, but he needs to get it there first, that's the thing. So yeah. I don't know. I'm not sold on Alex Perez. Loads of people were before the Benavidez fight, and I bet Benavidez as an underdog. There's certain matchups I see. I always go and see what the public are doing. So like everybody I knew was going to be in Brian Ortega, so I went the other way. As soon as Max Holloway hit plus money, I was all over it. Everybody was on Alex Perez against Benavidez, so I went the other way. Of course, it's a different matchup though. Benavidez is a big time game fighter, big game fighter. So yeah. Casey Kenny, he might have an advantage. I mean, he's fresh. He's probably not going to have to cut all that much weight down to 135. Took no damage in that fight. And is fight ready. Where Ray Borg's, and who knows what Ray Borg's like. He might be a little bit rusty. Casey Kenny's the lowest price fight on DK. I've got him in a few lineups. 6,800 kind of opens it up, but then who's the top end guys that on there this week? Actually, I'm kind of floating around the mid range in that. Shout out to all the DK guys on there if you play DK. There's loads of guys on Twitter you should like. Brett Apley's MMA Premium, I think's amazing. I've learned actually a lot about DFS by reading a lot of his content, asking him questions, so on. Cheap as well. Create a new lineup. Let's see, lineups. So Ray Borg's 9,400. I would much rather go the 6,800 with Kenny. Des Green, no. Alex Perez, nope, I don't want that. Rodriguez, I might have a little bit. Kennedy Nzechukwu, 9,000. Not, I'll have some of them. Kevin Holland, 89, I'll have some of them. Mazo, I like the 87 down. Obviously, Barboza, Johnson, Hermanson, Barzola's. Obviously, you're going to have to put him in some lineups. So, yeah. Barzola straight bet. No, I'm on Aguilar. I'm picking Aguilar, so I wouldn't really bet him. But I can see why. If you like the number where it is, then bet it because Barzola's that's a good number because if he gets takedowns and he establishes takedowns, you've got a good chance to cash there. I'm picking Aguilar, so don't really understand DraftKings. So you've got 50 grand, and your fighters vary from 94, 95, $100 down to 68, 66, whatever, and you've got to fit 6 fighters in your lineup. But obviously there's certain significant strikes, takedowns, advanced reversals, knockdowns, you name it. So you've got to, sometimes you've got to put fighters in there maybe that you think of, you're not picking, but they've maybe got a chance. You've got to target grapplers a little bit more. And yeah, so people like Barzola's probably he's going to be super popular this week with the way the guy gets takedowns. So maybe fading him, if he doesn't get those takedowns, is not a bad thing. But it's kind of hard to fade someone like Barzola because his takedowns are so frequent. And if he starts getting a few, he could rack up 10, and there's 50 points off the bat. He wins the fight. He has another 30, and then his significant strikes, he could easily be in the hundreds. So, yeah. Joker or Branch, Jack Hermanson. Confidence hasn't wavered. I've got a couple of hundred on him to win. So confidence hasn't wavered. I think the rise has been underlooked. Not anymore. I don't think he's being underlooked. I think maybe earlier in the week he was, but his betting lines came down, so people are seeing him in this. If the line, what's the line I'm wanting on Sadiq Yusuf? If I can get anything around about minus 120, I think I'm going to bet Sadiq Yusuf. What is Kennedy's grappling like? Grappling, it's not great, but I think he's got some heavy ground and pound. But I think he could easily stay in the mount with Paul Craig and hit him with ground and pound. He just has to be careful with Paul Craig. That's what it is. So, and if you give Paul Craig the slightest opportunity, he's going to grab something. He's did it for yeah. Gaethje Soldier reminded me in an interview that Barboza crumbles. It's you see it with Barboza, but I just think, I just think he's always dangerous, and I think one shot could really hurt. Yeah, that's actually never really one shot hurts Justin Gaethje, but accumulation of shots. And I just think that I don't know. Like I say, I'm not betting it. The line's coming down. I think it's a pick and fight. It should be a pick and fight. I just think the high guard's going to leave the midriff wide open. He's going to catch a body kick, and that's going to start to really take him out. So, but just enjoy the fights, man. All the best, Tank. Buffo, what's happening, man? How's things? How's your Thursday going? I was going to say Friday there. It's Friday over here in the UK, early Friday morning. So I was about to say how's your Friday, but Thursday over there. So yeah, good to see you too, man. There's not really. Is there any fights I've kind of changed my mind on this week, or I've thought a little different on? Not really. Kind of got more confident in Michelle Watterson. I don't know why. Maybe just watching her like workout video yesterday. She looked strong. She did look very strong, especially in the legs. So that's going to help her on her takedowns. But whether she's going to get them is another thing. Yeah, Hermanson. I'm still really confident actually in him. Michael Johnson, Emmett match really intrigues me. Haven't really changed stance on that one. And like I say, I'm still this Ross Pearson. I've got a funny feeling he's just going to do something. He's just going to win this fight or sneak this fight, or don't know why though. Seen the line Kevin Hollands came down. I think that where he is now, minus 190, is right round about where he should be. So yeah, like I say, good fight card though. Yeah, I was talking about the DraftKings teams not long ago there. And like, I like my highest guy that I like is Sadiq Yusuf, 87. So I don't really like anybody above there. It's like 6 fighters above that. So this week's going to be interesting. I'm trying to be a bit more a cash player and try and do better than that. So this one I think is a bit of a hard week for me regarding that. Yeah, exactly. Gaethje has a different pressure style. I just want to see if he's going to come out and like leg kick Barboza. I want to see if he's going to trade some leg kicks, because if he does and he's open, if he does that, the way he slings that right leg, his left turns, when he turns it, his body's wide open. And that was the same as Evan Dunham. And he got hit, and it wasn't even that hard a shot. But I think Evan Dunham's always been a little bit weak to the body. And it's just a great fight. I'm probably actually going to do a live stream for that fight. I'm going to film myself watching that fight, maybe even a couple of fights beforehand. How popular do you think Mearshot? I don't think he'll be super popular. I think maybe percentage-wise, depending what tournament or game you're going to be playing in DraftKings. Maybe, how much is Mere Short? $7,300. Oh, that's actually not too bad. I can see him being maybe not super popular, but it might not be a bad guy to plug in there if you like the top end guys. But I like Kenny. I actually think Kenny's just a low end guy. Has the potential to go 15 minutes, fresh, could pose some problems for our board considering he might be a little bit rusty. We don't know how much he's been in the gym. I don't think he's a bad punt down at 68. Someone asked me about, was it Holloway? Sorry, Holloway and Poirier. I did see that, sorry. Do you think Max Holloway can lose to Dustin again? I think he can lose. I just don't see him losing. Actually, I'm going to put my TV on and I'm going to watch Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje. Will I be watching one? What time is it on? If it's in Japan, it's going to be really early, no? Because Mother's Day, I'm going to go out and I'm going to spoil my missus on behalf of my daughter. And she's going on holiday to Spain in May, so I'll maybe go out and buy her some new shades or holiday clothes, whatever she needs. So yeah, UFC Fight Pass. Where are we? There we go. Put on the TV. Stream to TV. The one card this Sunday is actually really good. I looked at that earlier on. Really solid card. Okay, Dustin Poirier. There we go. Chael suggested Pettis versus Masvidal. That was the fight I said last Saturday after the fight. I don't know where they put it together though. Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier. There we go. Come on. Please work. Aha.
They are all standing inside the Gila River Arena in Glendale, Arizona. Let's get to the tail of the tape for the main event. 229 Americans here. Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje. Gaethje tall.
Yeah. Do you think Masvidal will take the asking fight? I think he should.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
I tell you what, Dustin Poirier, honestly, I know Gaethje gets a lot of love, but Dustin Poirier is... That guy's the man, honestly. His caliber of fights going back, even way back to WC days, is crazy good. Seriously, so good. Guy can take a lick, can give a lick. You know what's one of the craziest fights? I still watch it every week, is Justin Gaethje, Michael Johnson. It's one of those fights that you can't watch one time. You have to watch the fight. Is anybody in here giving Poirier a chance? Are they all pretty heavy on Max Holloway?
contender in the world, Justin the Highlight out of the red corner, a jiu-jitsu fighter, only professional record, 22 wins, 5 losses, 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 150
Yeah, there's no way you can rule out Poirier. No way.
Louisiana, presenting at number 5 ranked lightweight contender in the world, Dustin the Diamond.
Yeah, there's always one of those cards where you don't expect to knock out. Kind of thinking Mearshot, and I don't want to say that because I've got heavy money on Kevin Holland, but Mearshot's dangerous. And Borgs, I think when he's on, he's legit. So, yeah.
There is a championship buzz in this arena. Ooh, ooh, these are the ones, J.A. These are the ones. Justin Gaethje closing as a slight underdog tonight at home against Dustin Poirier. MMA is such a big part of our lives that Selena doesn't generally watch, but she's at home right now, glued to the TV, John. She texted me, said, I gotta watch this one. Gotta do it, Dustin Poirier. Gaethje is in blue. And one of our producers picked up on some buzzwords in the Poirier locker room as he was getting ready to come out as he led to left or right. Smother and pressure, the buzzwords coming out of the Poirier corner before they came out. Poirier, already like 3 or 4 inside leg kicks, so man, you gotta check it. At least punch, catch one, and take him out something every time he gets kicked through legs. You got no answer to those leg kicks.
Wouldn't be surprised to see it go the distance. I think if Holloway fights the way he did against like Ortega, the accumulation and the speed and the output that guy puts on you is serious. I think he'll break someone like Poirier, because Poirier, as much as he is a great fighter and hands out a lot of damage, the guy takes a lot of damage. Like even Jim Miller was wrecking him with leg kicks, and the combinations that Max Holloway puts together and his variations of speed on his combinations is serious. Biggest bet ever on Max. I wouldn't blame you, but it's hard having money against Poirier, but Max is legit one of the best ever, so yeah. I was just saying this earlier on, DC, I like DC as a commentator. What are you thinking on Johnson, Emmett? Michael Johnson, close decision. Big fight comeback for Emmett, but I think he's got an opportunity to win as well, so whatever way you see that going, hit it. Yeah, that's what I think with Desmond Green as well. I think he looks a big dude. Looks strong, like you were saying. And let's be honest, fading Ross Pearson is very beneficial right now. So Till versus Theodoro. I'd love to see Theodoro knocked out. That'd be fun. Green will be on their own in DK. Yeah, he will be on their own in DK. Like I say, it might give me a food for thought and throw in a line up in there regarding Des Green. So yeah, the series of injuries, there was like 5 or 6 injuries that Emmett had. 5 or 6 injuries, like really with the nerves in his face and so on as well. Crazy injury. Till needs a good year off. I agree. 10 months to a year yet. You'd be a great play-by-play person for the UFC, and I doubt that. I very much doubt that. But thank you for the compliment. But like just watching this fight here with Poirier, like or Gaethje, sorry, just the like Gaethje takes a lot shot early, and even just seeing this fight here, his pace is pushing Poirier back, but anytime that Poirier comes forward, Gaethje's hands are right there. Literally, you can see him there, and his body is so wide open, and he crouches down. If that kick comes around the side, Barboza is going to catch him with heavy shots. That's going to put Gaethje down. I don't care. He cannot take a couple of those shots and not get taken down. Like nobody's been able to stop him before. When those shots land, accumulatize. So yeah, that's interesting. I never noticed that before. I knew he had his guard high, but I didn't realize how forward he actually crept. Or he kind of crept in a little bit. So he's always off balance as well. Like I say, if Barboza whips that body kick, I think he's definitely going to catch him. But his leg kicks, like I said, I'm really interested to see if he leg kicks Barboza or he attempts it. But even when he does that, he's whipping the right kick, and the chin's moving to the side, so he's taking shots. Poirier's catching with shots. So yeah, interesting. I tell you what, I think if we don't ever see Tony Ferguson, Justin Gaethje, I think that we've been screwed over as fans, because I think it's a fight that would be awesome to make. Even like Pettis Gaethje, great fight. Just like Pettis was in the Wheaties box cover. You know what? I was in, when would that be? 2015, 16? I was in Vegas for Fight Week, and that was my main thing that I wanted to get when in America was a Wheaties box with Anthony Pettis, because I'm lucky enough I got Anthony Pettis to actually I actually got Anthony Pettis to sign my Wheaties box, so I've got it in my other room there. So yeah, it's one of the things I have. You think Gaethje's going to look for takedowns? He did come out and say that he'd be stupid not to go for takedowns. I just don't think he's got it in him. Yeah, he definitely should go for takedowns. He's got it in his back pocket. He just never uses it. Poirier's got an absolutely beautiful right jab, left hook combo. And he can follow that up with an uppercut as well. Eye pokes, man. I hate eye pokes.
Justin Gaethje arrest on the medium blood pressure, and now he can pressure even more than he did in the first place. I think that Poirier should have kept going. Well, and I think that's what Dustin said. I don't want to bring in the doctor. I don't want to give Gaethje a break, but Dave, you give Gaethje a break.
Totally agree, GP. Could you imagine paying money to go to a Justin Gaethje fight and him wrestling? the crowd would boo the shit out of that. And I don't think I think if he was to hear something like that, that would honestly hurt someone. That would honestly hurt someone like Justin Gaethje going in there and getting booed and so on. I don't think he really should. He's got a clear way to maybe winning the fight, but it's just not in him at all. So. Yeah, Kevin Kroom. I saw that knockout, the slam. Crazy. Does Jessica Aguilar have a chance? I think she's got a chance, but I think that Rodriguez is going to piece her up. Mike Perry talking about Diego Sanchez sticking his finger in the guy's butts during training. I've not seen that. Tell you what, Dustin Poirier is so open for leg kicks, so just watching his legs right now. Not that Holloway's going to use too many of them, but if he wanted to, he could. Because he plants his feet to throw like hooks, and his legs are like very wide open there when they disengage. Jesus, Gaethje gave no shits. He went outside, inside leg kicks as well. But like in the transitions, it's like Poirier's like 2 and 3 punch combos. He just pit apart you with it and then a power shot then, just like Dominic Cruz was saying. So what are your picks for this upcoming card? Are you going to watch Bellator? I'm probably going to record Bellator and watch it on Sunday. What are my picks? The only parlay I've got to Kevin Holland, Marina Rodriguez, plus 100. Appreciate that, Derek. Appreciate like guys like yourself kind of watching for the last however many years. Just a guy that loves talking fights, watching fights, and talking with fellow fans like yourself. It's what I love about my YouTube channel. There's a lot of good people on there, and I appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Bella board. Yeah, some of the cards I get really hyped for, and some I don't. I'm looking forward to seeing Daniel Strice actually after his motorcycle accident. So that's really interesting me this week. Nice. Don't follow Bellator too closely. What are some of the fights? I don't really keep an eye on fights per se. Some of the fighters I keep an eye on. Like there's a good guy fighting this week, Dominic Mazzota, and I was first kind of introduced to him when I think Cody Garbrandt beat him before I came into UFC. And I bet him last time out. Oh, who was he against last time? Antonio McKee, maybe? And he was plus 400. I took a shot on him there and never won, obviously, but I took the shot on him. True or false? Stipe never fights for the UFC title again. I'll go false. I think he'll fight for a belt again. Excited for Rory McDonald, John Fitch. I'm looking forward. I've always been a fan of Rory McDonald. I think he's got an all-around great game. but the guy's taken a lot of damage over his career. So, but John Fitch, he is a lot older, a lot of experience. But I like Rory McDonald. Sadiq Yusuff, I like Sadiq Yusuff. Big fan of Shayman Moraes, but I think Sadiq's going to be a really good fighter in the UFC. So we'll wait and see. Like I say, it's a guy I actually want to bet. If the number gets right, I think the number where it is now, -135 is good. But if I could get something closer to plus money, like a -120, -110, I think that's going to definitely persuade me to take a bet on Sadiq Yusuff.
He still hasn't taken one shot yet. And Poirier said he didn't necessarily fear the one-punch knockout power of Justin Gaethje. He breaks a lot of guys who say,
Heard Michael Johnson is going to wear a pair of Michael Jordan's basketball shoes before the fight. Does that change opinion? I like a pair of Jordans. Don't wear them as much nowadays. I'm kind of getting old, and I just kind of wear anything. I like Under Armour shoes. I think I'm a big fan actually. Under Armour clothing as a one thing. Even if I'm playing golf, just whatever. I just like Under Armour gear, so I wear a lot of that. Are these videos? Are these live videos where you give us your picks? This one here, this is a new thing. This is just thirsty thoughts. Pretty much me. I'm gonna have to get better at actually getting thoughts out and like what my thoughts are. I'm gonna do 3 a week, but once I see you guys in the chat, I just like chatting and answering questions and so on. But my fight prediction ones are out on a Monday, so yeah. Mr. Arkansas, can you see my messages? I can't. I can see you on the chat here, Mr. Arkansas. But let me go check my messages and see what the dealio is. Third round, Poirier Gaethje here. Crazy fight. Messages. Where the did I get my messages?
Justin Gaethje, who has started to take control of this third round. Poirier recognizes that the pace is going to be high. He recognized that at times Justin Gaethje will break you. That's his intent, is to break you. But at this point, right now, there isn't much you can do about it. Gaethje just hands him off every time. You see Poirier circle out, and then Gaethje walks in front of him again and again. He doesn't follow him at all. He always hands you off and keeps you in the box. Poirier move that right leg back. Just the thought of
oh no, I can see your messages, Mr. Arkansas. It's the first one I seen was just the first one you said there. Second one I've just seen there. So yeah. Which fighter's decline has surprised you the most? Hennenbrow, yeah, by a mile. Hennenbrow's an absolute ghost of himself. It's crazy. I've never watched Kevin Aguilar. I think he's got the skills to knock out Barzola. Guy's game. Very game fighter. Big hitter. Kind of awkward seeing Dustin Poirier shoot for takedowns and Justin Gaethje. Good level changes, but just Justin Gaethje was just angling off. Well, was I at UFC London? I wasn't. It was the first London card in a long time I actually wanted to go to, but London. Crazy shit always happens every time I go there, so I don't venture down there. Does Askin fight for a title? No, I don't think so. No, not by this year's end. No.
Looks like we're going to take a point here. It's a big deal.
Oh yeah, Mr. Arkansas against Brandon Kay. Fuck yeah, I would pay for that. Yeah. That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. Who's Mr. Arkansas? Who's sending people to bash your videos? Because that's lame as fuck if that's the case. Potential opponents for Joanna. Depends what division she's going to go to. There's loads of them at 125, which would be easier, I think. 115 is a little bit harder. I think if Andrade wins, that she could fight Andrade. Joanna's new rack. Am I missing something there? She got the Page Van Zandt job, has she? Not seen them. The only thing I've seen recently is Brian Caraway releasing the nudes on Misha Tate last week. My friend sent me them. It was like, I was at work. No, in fact, I was in my bed, ill actually. And he says, here's Misha naked. I was like, oh, okay. She got breast implants, seriously? Holy shit. Brandon Kay and the MMA Guru both told their subs to tap me and throw me. Really? Is that what it's coming down to nowadays? Is guys sending other people to attack other YouTube guys in here? I'm not for that. There's room for everybody in here. This is the thing. Some people don't like me. There's people like Mr. Arkansas. People don't like Mr. Arkansas. There's people like me. There's Prediction Guru. There's the Bro Pick guy. That is for making that. It's just, I know that Arkansas, you're one of the guys that you're a little bit different on here. And I know you go at people, and that's obviously going to rub people up, but obviously they are sending guys your way. Just do you, Mr. Arkansas. Fuck what anybody else does. Let everybody do their own thing. I've got no beef with anybody on here. You do you. I don't mind anybody in here. I've never had any beefs with anybody. I just think I get a lot of messages actually, people saying, have you seen this? Have you saw that? It's not for me. Like, some people, I'm not one of these guys that likes conflict. I try and stay kind of happy neutral. But if the time comes when people's personally attacking me and so on, then I just kind of hit the block button and whatever. There's no need for that. Yeah. People seem to think I speak for you and others. No, you speak for yourself. Like, you're down for yourself. That's cool. Like I say, I'm here. As I say, there's so much room. This is why I say I've said in videos for years. I wish more people would make videos like these, like prediction videos. There's not that many people that make them. And there's not, well, maybe there is, but there's not many people that stick around doing them. That's what I'm saying, maybe. People don't see, I don't know, people just don't stick around. They kind of get bored of it. This is what I'm saying to you, Mr. Arkansas, if you're here, if you're still here. You keep doing you, and honestly, your channel will grow. Sometimes it takes longer, like people's channels longer than others to grow. My channel, for years, I had very little people, and then it just, within a year, kind of expanded out. But you'll be the same. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. This year I've seen a lot of people message me regarding growth of other channels, and am I jealous about channels getting bigger and potentially having more subs than me? And I'm like, no. Why would I hate on the growth of other people doing the same thing as me? And people say, well, maybe you're better than they are, and they're better than you. I like your content more. It's like, that's your personal preference. Like I say, there's loads of different people on here who has quit prediction videos. Surfer Ken was one of the, when I first started, he was one of the guys, but he did a lot of content and he stepped away. I think he had a family, and that's fair enough. There was a guy called Rob from England. He was really good. I think his name was Kaz100. And he was actually a fighter, did a lot of Muay Thai and stuff, and he stepped away. But there's a lot of smaller channels that you see come and go. They'll send you messages. Can you check out this? Can you check out that? And I'll always go and check them out if I've got the time. Time's a little bit more sparse now. Now I've got a family. And now that I can't sit and look at things a little bit longer and watch videos and so on, and work as well. So, but if, like I said, I really hope we see more people like what's his name? A recent guy that quit. MMA Breakdown. That's it. MMA God stepped away, but that MMA Breakdown quit big time. Rockstar Z. Kyle's a busy dude. I've spoke to Kyle on numerous occasions. He hasn't got the time for doing videos anymore, and that's fine. Like I say, some people don't have the time to do it, but the people that do it week in, week out, don't miss anything, deserve a lot of props. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether your channels, other people's channels are better than yours, because it's a lot of work. You take a lot of shit in here. Like, honestly, guys, I'm not blowing smoke up my own arse yet. Like, I am one of the quietest dudes you'll ever meet. And if I've met people through these in Vegas, in Chicago, all around Europe, and I've got really friendly with people because I just love the sport. I'm no different here than I am when you meet me. I'm a very quiet dude, love the sport, and I just love talking fights. This is why I love this, and this is why I'm 6 years deep in it. So yeah, it's just I would love to meet most of the people that support me, message me, and I've met people. It's the weirdest thing. I was in Vegas for UFC 197, and two guys come up and wanted to shake my hand. I'm like, oh, this is awkward. And I had my, and she's like, who are those people? I'm like, two guys that watch my YouTube videos. It was so crazy. Spoke to them for 5 minutes each. They just say, I like your videos when I get the time to watch them. I like the work that you put in. Yeah. I won't lie, I get mad when I see people pass me by. I can see why, but just keep doing you and try and focus on yourself and not others, Mr. Arkansas. But that's a part of you that you don't like. You want to be the best at what you are, and you want to you want to be the best one on here. There's a lot of people that come on here and don't want to be that. Like, I'm not one of those guys that wants to have be the top guy and calls out for it. You're one of the guys that wants to be the top guy or the one with the most subs and this or that. And I respect that. Honestly, I respect that because not enough people really do that. So fair play. I appreciate that, Arkansas. Like I say, I respect everybody that comes on here and makes videos, whether it be good, whether it be mediocre, whether it be bad, because they get out here and they give it a bash. Yeah, but like I say, MMA KO. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't recognise your name, brother. But you're the guy that sends me the DraftKings videos. I apologise for not even recognising who you were, but you're the guy that sends me the DraftKings videos on the regular. Yeah, I really appreciate that. It's one of the things you usually send me on a Saturday, and I'm going to my work and I'll watch it on my way to work. as I'm going on public transport because I'm not that far away. Sometimes I even walk in and I watch it. So I apologise. Who's Mr. Arkansas and why is this show about him? This show's not about him. I'm just giving him a little bit of love and saying go and support everybody. Do it. Go and support Brandon Kay. Go and support Mr. Arkansas, Bro Picks, Prediction Guru. I've not seen this MMA Guru guy that much, but like I say, I'm all for the growth of other channels, Connor. So get more people. Connor, you come and make prediction videos. Doesn't have to be an hour long. Doesn't have to be 10 minutes long. 30 minutes long. Make it 10 minutes long. Yeah, like I say, like you know what is as well. It's harder the longer you do these videos to really step away because you build something. You got a Fight Picks page on IG. What's the name? I'll go and follow you on there. Yeah, like once I wanted to do a YouTube channel for years beforehand. Because there's a few people I talk about the sport, but I wanted to just talk more about the sport, and then I started doing it, and you see the growth. And I set a goal. I never thought I'd ever get past 500 subscribers. And you set a goal, and it's very slow and it's very tedious, and you've got to put in the time. But then you see you hit 5, you can hit 1,000. And then you just see the progression and the things that come with it and the people that you meet and the people that you speak to. And it's hard to walk away. And last year I had a little bit, I think everybody that makes prediction videos and so on has that time where they maybe want to step away because you do put time in it. Like I've got on the side here, I've got my MMA Huddle podcast. I will never make 1K subs. I reckon you'll make 1K subs, Mr. Arkansas. Yeah, I think you will. You just got to put in the time. How long have you been making videos for? Like a year and a half? Let me go and have a look at my analytics. Analytics. And I will tell you how many subs I had in my first 2 years. And it wasn't that many. I'd be lucky if I hit 100. Analytics, right, let me see. I started in January 2013. So 01. Um, 2014. In fact, I better get a charger. This computer's about to run out of battery. 1 wee second, guys. Apologies. Shit. So, yeah, right. So I started making videos 2014. I had 19 subscribers in my first year. And then we go to 2015. I had 77 subscribers. 2016. At this point, I'm 3 years in the game. I'm making prediction videos. And I have 256 subscribers. So you're saying you're not going to hit 1,000. I don't believe that. Because you're a year and a half in the game, maybe 2 years, and you're already hitting close to 500 subs. I just got, I don't know what it was, 2017. I just started to see a massive growth. and it's just about putting the time in. Then I went from 256 to 707, so nearly 500 subs in the space of a year. And it's just kind of went from there. Pretty crazy actually when you go back and look at some of the stuff like that. I never do that often. So, and then I went to 1,600, so nearly 1,000 subscribers in a year. So yeah, keep on doing you, Mr. Arkansas. You'll get there. If you want to get there, you'll get there. So yeah. Do you associate time, months, or years with MMA events? I love the fight announcements, betting on fights. Yeah, I do. I'm fully into everything in MMA, pretty much. Been a fan for a long time. Name's Jeremy, by the way. Appreciate that, man. Keep dropping those videos into my on Twitter, and try and remember me. I'll try and retweet those. I'm really bad for that. So yeah. Do you watch the breakdowns with Joe? I do. Sun Tzu. I've got a lot of time for Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu, by the way, Sun Tzu is a top dude. When I had my baby girl coming on nearly 2 years, he sent a package over from New Jersey, I think, where he stays, full of gifts for my little girl. Like, I mean, you don't have to do stuff like that, and he did it. So fair play to him. He's a guy I really want to meet at one of the events. Good personality. Another guy that's different. I like him. He puts in a lot of work on his YouTube videos and his DraftKings picks and stuff. So fair play to him. Mr. Arkansas and myself do a show together. I'm sure we could do something one day. Like I say, it's busy, especially me being over here, guys being over there. Like I say, I don't know what time it is over your ways, but it's like 1:40 a.m. coming on to 2 a.m. So yeah. The first ever UFC fight I watched was Vitor Marvin Eastman. That was crazy. Yeah. The first one I ever watched was Hoist Gracie. Hoist Gracie, I think, and it was Ken Shamrock, I want to say it was. Someone was saying there that have I made my picks yet? My prediction video is already out. Do you want me to go and get the... I will go and find the link for it. And I'll drop it down in here. Copy. So here is... That's my UFC Philly predictions there. If people are asking for it, check that out there. Let's see, Will, Brandon, Mr. Arkansas, Guru, talking fights together. The thing is, like, I'm kind of like Mr. Arkansas in a way. I like doing my own thing, but I do like doing also going on to other people's stuff when I have the time. Like I say, I don't get much of that these days, but I like talking fights with other people. Like I say, I've got the MMA Huddle podcast coming up with obviously my co-host John, and we're going to have Dan Levy on. It was only right to have Dan Levy on, considering it's going to be an ATL. So yeah, I might actually try and get Dan on something like this one of these times and just chat a little bit. And one of the things I've always wanted to do, and I've never got around to doing it, is just like interviewing different guys. So say like people that make picks. So say like, per se, Mr. Arkansas, Brandon K, just talking about how they get into watching fights. What's their favourite fight? What's their favourite discipline in the sport? People like Cody Saftik, Brett Apley, Sun Tzu, Newsome MMA is the guy I always forget about, and I'm really bad for that because Newsome's really good with me, puts my stuff out there every week. So much respect to Newsome. So yeah, like I say, I try and support everybody. I would like more people to do that and support other guys. But like I say, not everybody's So you're not going to like everybody. Some people don't like me, they'll go to Mr. Arkansas because they like it a little bit more. So, see, the thing is, I'm okay with people hating me. I just don't like when they say I'm terrible at picks. I think they're saying they're terrible at picks, Mr. Arkansas, is because they know it gets to you. I know you don't like that, especially when they're coming out here and they're saying it. But I think they can see it gets a rise out of you, and they keep on doing it. But going your picks and the dogs you've hit from last year, couple this year, much respect. So yeah. What do you think of McGregor sexual assault allegations? The funny thing with this is I've heard this before. I heard this a long time ago actually with McGregor. So I don't know. Like I say, let him do him. Hopefully he comes back and he fights, because that's what people like me, fight fans, want to see. You know what? I should do a prediction one with Newsom. I really should. And he gave me the opportunity one time, and I got ill and couldn't do it. So I'm maybe going to see. I'll maybe message Newsom, and we can maybe do something regarding that. So. Wayne Gaethje, like, I don't know what it is. I just never seem to. I see his predictions now and again. Like I say, it's hard to keep up with everybody because the limited time that I have. But like I say, the guy's a martial artist, so kind of knows what he's talking about. Yeah, like I say, Mr. Arkansas, I think people see that it pisses you off and so on. So just don't respond to them. What's the correct way to watch fights? The way I do it is I pick out 3 fights initially I want to watch. I'll always go back to the last fight, and then it's weird with your eyeballs. Then I will go back into the mid. No, what's the way I do it? I watch to like a really early fight in their career, and I watch one in the middle, and then there's anything that kind of catches my eye, then I'll watch a little bit more, because predominantly you know about their skill sets, but then you try and break down like certain aspects of how they fight and so on. But like I say, I try not. It's hard now. I don't get as much time per se to watch as many fights as I would like to, and plus there's so many fight cards. You could be spending hours of your day just by doing that. So yeah. Well, have you ever been in a real fight? When was the last time? I've been in a few fights. I've been in a few fights, and growing up, there was me and a guy called Brian. Both guys with glasses that were completely like, legs were everywhere. There was glass sticking around everywhere. He was this big ginger dude, you know, Scotland, and there's a fair amount. So we ended up fighting and scrapping. The last fight I was in, what was the last fight? The last fight I was in actually was a long time ago now. We were in Edinburgh, and I was in this pub with a lot of friends. But if people don't know, my fiance is deaf, so she's profoundly deaf. And there was 2 guys. We were sat up top. She was making her way to the bathroom, and I was watching her, just making sure everything was okay. But I was with a group. There was another group of deaf people that my fiance was with, and they were kind of. I don't want to say they were taking the piss a little bit, maybe just a little bit, which was a little bit uncalled for. So they went down to the bottom, and they wouldn't. My fiance asked them, "Excuse me, could you please move while I make my way to the bathroom?" But she didn't say that as many words. She just like, "Excuse me," and these guys. The road, and then they started mocking her the way she spoke. So at this point, I lost it. Went flying down the stairs. Says, "Come outside." Went outside. This is actually quite funny thing now. There was two guys, sorry. They started laying into me, and then I managed to somehow get back to my feet. My friend saw that I was being hit upon, and someone lifted like a traffic cone. I didn't know who it was, but they hit me with the traffic cone and laid me out. And I only went and found out that it was actually one of my closest friends that had attacked me, thinking it was one of the other guys. And I don't know if you've ever been hit by a traffic cone before, but holy shit, I got hit in the lower back, and I just hit the ground like whack, straight in the ground, traffic cone, laid out. And then there was people came and dispersed the whole thing, security and so on. But I got laid out. That was the last fight I had, and that was many years ago. Before that, I had one at college actually, where what was I doing? It was a snow day. There was nobody going to class, nothing, and there was these guys that used to come in like because I went to America to do like golf course design, so I had to come back and do the British side of things. So we used to get these guys, part timers, that used to come in and do like a class maybe once a week. And these guys always thought they were the shit. I used to stay in the college and have one class a week because I already did my stuff in America. So these guys used to come in and we're just throwing snowballs at their vehicles and their cars and stuff, and they were getting pissy about it. And then they thought that they would make us like back down. And there was a group of loads of us. And this guy came up to me, walked up to my face. He says, "You're not going to throw any of your snowballs now." And I was like, "Well, dude, you can just fucking hit the high road because you ain't shit." So he came back. They got more guys. Me and this guy started fighting. He threw a leg, and I remember moving my head, but he caught this part of my glasses and literally hit me there, where my legs and my glasses went like this, and lost the glasses. I'm blind without my glasses. Went straight for a headlock, uppercuts there, caught him right in the bridge of the nose, and the blood hit the ground, and I started laying into him on the ground, and then we got pulled apart by his guys and our guys, but I got the best of him. I only had glasses that just looked like shit again. That's what happens. But he had a broken nose, so I got him. I still talk about that with some of the guys I went to college with many moons ago. Geez, that's like 12 years ago now. So yeah, that was fun. So yeah, so this is kind of went sideways, guys. Me fighting in real life. So I can't be doing that. I'm a grown ass dude now with my own little family. So yeah, style bender. Yeah. Diaries of a Pro Gambler. Is that on YouTube, Mr. Sloth? Because I'll check that out. McGregor is a bad matchup for Ferguson. I think it's a bit of both. I think Ferguson could be a bad matchup for Ferguson with the pace that he keeps, but yeah, like I say, there's no one top guy on here. Everybody does their own thing. They bring something different. That's why I had like people like, I was never the biggest fan of that MMA prediction guy. I just didn't think he was overly that good, and I don't think he put that much time into watching some fights. But people like MMA God, I thought he was decent what he did. I liked the way he made his videos, but like I say, I haven't seen him in a long time. He stepped away, so. But then when he stepped away, you had people like Prediction Guru stepping in. Obviously, the Bro Pick Boys, Half the Battle guys, they've been around for a few years, more than a few years now, actually. So I try and listen to a lot of stuff. Which UFC fighter has the best shot at defeating the Mountain from Game of Thrones? Artem Lobov. Yeah, Lobov, definitely. Bare knuckle boxing. I've only watched a little bit, but it seems to be picking up a bit of traction. So Lobov against, is it Malignaggi, Jason Knight or something, but potential for Lobov and Malignaggi, that'd be interesting. I watch a little bit, like I say. There's so much fights nowadays, it's crazy. I never miss a Cage Warriors card. Love Cage Warriors. Bellator. Bellator puts on good cards. They're obviously making more cards over here in Europe. So, yeah. KSW, crazy promotion out of Poland. Pori, Holloway. I'm edging Holloway right now. I'm going to find it hard to pick Pori, even though I'm a massive fan of the guy. So, all the YouTube predictors should make Blogabait accounts and measure results that way. Worst one gets punched by Ngannou. Eesh, I wouldn't like that. Mr. Arkansas, you do what you want. The thing with these chats, it always goes sideways. I always end up talking about all different types of shit. So I'm just about to come off in the next 5 minutes, I think, anyway. 2 a.m. I better get to bed before my little girl wakes me up in about probably about 5 or 6 hours. I'm not a big sleeper as it is. So, but best of luck to you as well, Mr. Arkansas. Keep doing your thing. Like I say, guys, 6 minutes, 2 a.m. I'm going to go to bed. I've got work tomorrow at midday, and that's me all the way through till 12, 1 a.m. So, yeah. What's the one fight you're thoroughly, outside of the main event, one fight you're looking forward to UFC Philadelphia? Because everybody's going to say the main event because everybody loves that fight. But what's the one fight outside the main event that you like the most, you're interested in? I'm going to put my hand up and say Shimon Moraes, Sodiq Yusuff. Very interested in that fight. Oh, half the battle's out. Mr. Dan Levy and Shaq. In my opinion, some of the best guys on here. I speak with Dan on pretty much every day regarding fights. One of the coolest guys I ever met through the fights is Dan Levy. We spent a few days together in Vegas for the UFC 197. He just graduated, I think. So that was a pretty cool few days. Top dude. So yeah. Half the Battle's it's one I definitely listen to every Friday, right before the fights. Always, but like I say, some people don't like those guys. But there's somebody for everybody on here. There's that many people. Have you talked to John? John Gooden is one of the nicest guys ever. I've been talking to John way back in the Cage Warriors days, and I think Dublin was the first time I actually met him. Such a nice dude, and I always run into him. So much time for like fans. Like he will sit there. Him and Dan Hardy are the same. You stand there and you could talk for 45 minutes, an hour, and they'll not leave. They'll talk there. They'll break down fights. They'll discuss fights. They'll discuss scenarios. What next for them? So yeah. Do you like the MMA analysis? Not. It's not one of the ones I really listen to all that much, if I'm being honest. I kind of sometimes I listen to Ariel's stuff. I obviously listen to Newsome. These are ones I listen to at work, and I get an opportunity to kind of watch someone here when I've got the time. So yeah. Do you think Goddard deserves the flack he's been getting recently? I've never been the biggest fan of Mark Goddard. I think he makes some good decisions. I think he makes some bad ones, but I think that's for. I think that's just the way the refs do it. Everybody makes mistakes and so on. It's a hard job. I wouldn't like it. I would never talk bad about refs. It's a hard thing to do, but will you petition to have me back in the UFC? Unemployed Mario Yamasaki. After that Cachoeira Shevchenko beat down, I'm not sure you're needed back in the UFC, Mario. Have I been to the Isle of Skye? I have. Beautiful part of Scotland. Right, guys, I think I'm going to hit it 1 minute. I'm going to bed because my eyes are starting to get a little bit weary. So, as always, appreciate you sticking around. Apologise about the first stream that got going and then completely fucked up. So, yeah, like I say, keep an eye on YouTube. Have you been to the Thag Bridge that sends dogs suicidal? No. Is that a real thing? That's crazy. Oh, I'm going to have to look into that now. Like I say, keep an eye out if you're around on YouTube on Saturday night, and you might just see me in here watching the big fights. But like I say, I finish work pretty late, so I might be on there, I might be not. But like I say, as always, like, comment, subscribe if you don't already. You probably already have. Peace out. And I will see you all again. Like I say, I'll be back next. Will I be back next Thursday? Because there's no event. Keep an eye on it. I might be, but all the best. Enjoy the fights. I hope every one of your bets cash. I hope DraftKings goes well for you if you're on there. Until then, all the best, my people, and all the best.